Ready? Hi, Adam.
Hi, how are you?
Very good. Adam, if you could just go a little more over. Ready?
Okay.
Hi, Adam. All right. So as you were saying, Adam, you are the recipient of a scholarship. Can you tell us a little bit about your scholarship? What's it called?
So I'm part of the Smart Start Scholarship Program at JP Morgan Chase, and I'm a freshman right now in the Fordham Gavelli School of Business in the Lincoln Center campus. So what I'm going to talk about today is the JP Morgan Scholarship Program that's offered to all New York City high school students.
You have to be a city student, a public high school. I'm going to interrupt you a lot, so forgive me.
Public and private, just New York City based.
As long as you're a public or private. So would Q Forest apply?
Yeah, so you can.
Good. I just want to make sure that everyone here is included within this scholarship opportunity. Okay. I was about to say phones off. It's my phone. Sorry. You'll never know. Okay, ready? Shh. All right, my apologies. Go ahead. So as you were saying, so private or public, what about Catholic school students?
Anybody in New York City can apply.
Okay, so everyone has this opportunity for the scholarship. Great. Prior to you continuing, outside of Kweller Prep, has anyone heard of this outside of Kweller Prep? Who's heard of this? From?
Other students.
Very nice. Okay, ready? Let's go.
Okay, so I'm just going to tell you guys what Smart Start is. It's basically a 4-year full tuition scholarship program. You guys are not going to pay anything. And on top of that, you guys get a 750 book stipend every semester you guys go to college. So you don't pay for books and you don't pay for tuition for public and private universities. And as you can see, we have a list which colleges are our partners.
So can you list some of the schools?
Yeah, so we have ranging from Barnard to Baruch to Columbia to Fordham, both campuses, NYU, St. Francis, St. John's.
So the Kweller Prep student who was here went to NYU completely free off Smart Start.
Right.
Okay, good.
So he's currently with me in my year, Josh. And also, what's the good thing about this program is you don't have to be particularly interested in just finance or economics. You can major in anything that you want, it says over here, other than any sciences. So you don't have to be really zoomed into one thing. You have a lot of broad scope what you want to do. But what's the good thing about it, you guys get a 4-year internship at JP Morgan as well. So that looks really good in your resume. As an 18-year-old kid, you're going in, you're already working at JP Morgan for the next 4 years, guaranteed.
So I want to know something. Is this a paid or unpaid internship?
It's also a paid internship.
So you get a full scholarship, 100%, let's write that down, money. You get straight money, scholarship.
Yeah.
You get a paid internship. Are they paying minimum wage?
No, it's not minimum wage.
What's the pay?
It ranges from 15 to 18.
Dollars.
It's only business, finance, no science.
No. So you can do anything that you want except science. Art, history,
Except science.
English, anything you want except science. So that's the only one that you cannot major in. And I'll just go through a couple of things that we look for and how you apply and everything like that. So who's eligible? I said New York City high school students accepted to one of our partner colleges, because you have to go to one partner college in order to get into the program. So you can have a good commute in the New York City area.
So number one, you must attend a school listed on their list.
Right.
All right, next.
You have to have the SAT requirements and GPA. I mean, they're not that bad, honestly. It's 1,000 SAT combined, which I'm sure is not that hard for many of the students here. I know.
Okay, so I want to take a minute.
Yeah.
The minimum requirements everyone sees. It's all over the internet. We always see minimums.
Right.
Realistically, what was your GPA in school?
I went to Forest Hill, so it was like about 98. But
Good. I just want to because we want to know really. And then your friend who went here, what was his average in school?
like 99.
Good, because I just want to be realistic. And then realistically speaking, what were the SAT scores
I
of the people you know who got in?
Yeah, so most kids get around, if you just do science and math, is like about...
The reading and math, you mean, right? Yeah.
Reading math, sorry. About like 1,200 to 1,300 range. That was like what I know average, but more than that usually. If you do better, it's good, obviously. But
So realistically, we're a good 300 points above what they're showing. Because I want to know I don't care about minimum as much as I care about accepted. What was the accepted
Right, and honestly
score?
though, when you guys get to the interview part, because this is the way it works, so 300 kids apply on average every year, 10 kids get accepted, right? But it goes from 300 to 40. Once you get to the 40 spot, you get a one-on-one interview. So what cuts down from 300 to 40 is first your essay, you write you get recommendations from your teachers, any previous employers, your resume, you put all that together. They don't see your face, they only see your application. It goes from 300 to 40, right? After that, all those 40 kids get an interview with a JP Morgan representative. It's a 4-hour interview, but you're not interviewing for the whole time. You have 2 one-on-one interviews, which are about 30 to 45 minutes. Then you have a team exercise. Now, the interview part is what's really important. When you get to the interview process, they don't care about your GPA, your SAT, none of that matters. They want to see you. Are you going to fit in the culture of JP Morgan? Are you going to fit in their environment? They don't care how smart you are, because once you go to JP Morgan, you're learning everything new. Doesn't matter what you guys got in school, you start fresh in JP Morgan. So what I want to stress is if you guys get to the interview process, once you're there already, you don't have to worry about anything prior to that. You just want to go moving forward and what you can offer them and what you can receive from them as well. And I'm just going to go. Any questions? So I'm also just going to go in. Yeah, sorry?
I'm sorry, what is SAT1?
Oh, they're changing. It's just
Yeah.
not an SAT 2. That's it. It's SAT. It's what we're doing here is SAT, and then
Yeah.
SAT 2s are the subject tests, 1 hour long exams in each specific subject area.
Right. So those who are interested in finance and economics are highly encouraged to apply. But as I said, you can leverage many of your other experiences or interests as well. And also, look, we have in JP Morgan, we have over 250,000 employees. So believe me, there's a spot for you if you guys want to attend. And there's a broad base. We have technology, marketing, project management, human resources, philanthropy, legal and compliance, government relations.
Wow.
So there are many different aspects of the firm that you work at. There's not just one, oh, you're going to work here. So you get to choose, you get to interview for, you have a good opportunity where you guys want to go. In technology especially, JP Morgan has the largest technology program in all of Wall Street, and we're bigger, our technology department is bigger than all of Google. So let's talk about scope of how big we are. We're a huge bank in over 196 countries in the US and abroad, in all 50 states. We have our branches and everything like that. So we have a broad scope of what we do, and when you're going to be in college, you work part-time in JP Morgan as well. So there is a sacrifice coming with it. You're not going to just have a smooth ride. But look, you get a full ride to college, you're not paying anything. When you work in the bank, you're getting paid, so you want to be there. And on top of that, you get the book stipend. You don't pay anything for books. Books cost a lot of money. So yeah, you guys got to work part-time in the school year, but look, you're getting a lot back. You're going to save Fordham was going to charge me about $42,000. I'm paying nothing. Save my parents,
I'm so jealous.
a lot of money. You know what I mean? So
Can I be jealous of 17 and 18-year-olds? Is that okay? Who's jealous? Come on.
And also, yeah, like you said, the experience that you get, you're 18, 19 years old, you're working with guys who are making a lot, who, make that much in the future if you get in. You're just the people that you meet. Sometimes I leave work and I go to school and I'm like, why am I leaving to go to class when I just dealt with this type of thing that I'm doing at work, you know what I mean? So it's really good. You get front office roles. You're not just going to sit in the back making copies all day. You're treating high expectations, but they also want you guys to produce. You're going to learn a lot. I'm 18 years old. When I came in, I kind of didn't know what I was doing, but you learn. People are there to teach you. You learn your way. Now I'm kind of going unattended, know what to do. So you learn a lot, and what's the good thing is every year you switch your role in the bank. So this year I was in public finance, for example, in the credit origination side within the investment bank. That's the role, right? But every year you get put in a different position. So they don't make you stay in one. They want you to experience the full scope of the bank. So by the time you're a senior, you get extended an offer in a place that you like. You know what I mean? So you guys know already you're going to be happy where you are. You're not forced to do anything you like. Also, one thing to know though, nothing is guaranteed in terms of going forward. They want to keep you on your toes. They want you to perform as well. You get performance reviews by your managers. You have, if you get let's say a 2 is below requirement, a 3 is meets, and a 4 is above. So if you get a 2, that's okay. But if you get anything below that, you're put on probation. So there's a bunch of these little things that they want you to keep up. You got into the program, amazing. But keep working hard. They don't want you just to slouch and say, I'm the best. So
I want to backtrack and go into more of how to get into this awesome program, which is, I'm about to cry. So before we continue, I want to know, how do you get in? What else are the qualifications for this?
So what you guys got to do first is to make sure you stay on point with all the deadlines. So usually by the end of January.
Good, let's write that down. Deadlines. Mm-hmm. What are the deadlines that we have to be on top of?
In 2016 it was February 1st, but program management moved it to February 15th. So they choose what they want to do, but you always should say February 1st, that's what it says on the paper. I'm going to have everything ready by that date. Don't plan on them changing the date or anything.
Do you know what college you're accepted to in February? Many kids will not, so you still go through this application process.
No, for sure.
So you're applying for scholarships ahead of the time that you're applying. You understand how you're doing everything at one time, right? Correct? Yes.
Are you using the scholarships concern?
So
You don't know which college you're going to?
Yeah. So look, this is the way it works. So you apply through the ISTS, it's a site, it's a scholarship program. So JP Morgan doesn't want to waste their time looking through applications. They hire an outside person who does it, like a company. So you apply through that and you list your 3 top colleges or whatever within their program. So let's say you choose Columbia, NYU, and Fordham, right? Now it's your job to apply to any college that you want. Let's say you apply to Stanford, NYU, whatever, go away, or some in New York City, right? Now, once you get, let's say you get accepted to JP Morgan, you don't want to be accepted and not even apply to any of these colleges because then you're screwed.
You must apply.
You know what
I
mean?
had a
You must
student who, he actually lives in the Parker Towers building. He lives in the next building. He messed this part up, but I'm aware of this, and I know that he mismatched.
Exactly. So you want to make sure that you apply to these colleges. So I know colleges around January 1st is the deadline, I think, right? So you want to apply to one of these colleges that you know that if you get into JP Morgan, you want to make sure that you go to one of these colleges, right? So what I did was, like, let's say I put Columbia as my reach, you know, then I put, like, let's say as my whatever NYU or Fordham as my match, and like put like something like St. John's, whatever that I know I could get into, right? So those three things, so you keep yourself safe. So now if you get into JP Morgan, you know what college you're going into. And let me just tell you guys something too about colleges. When you're in the JP Morgan program, like, I know a lot of kids, like, let's say they say going to Columbia, they think, you know, it's better than NYU or Fordham. Once you're in the program already, they can care less what college you go to. You know, it's more about now producing at work. You know, you want to be
Work, 'cause
professional.
you're becoming an adult.
You know what I mean? You don't want. They don't care. Kind of like, I know a lot of kids
Is
are
it too late for me to do
talk
this? I won't
about
do this.
like GPA or what do you have. You know what I mean? As soon as you're in this program, you kind of everyone's on a level playing field. You know, you're not going to choose a kid who's coming out of Columbia because you already have 2-3 years of experience at, let's say, Fordham.
I really want to know what the interview questions
Yeah.
were for this particular program. What were they asking you at
Right.
the interview? Because that is the make or break, from what I'm understanding based on this
Yeah.
conversation.
Yeah, so the interviews are intense, kind of, I'm not going to lie, because it goes from 300 to 40. So those 40 kids, you know, are the best of the best within that 40. Now, it goes from that 40 to 10.
I do want to pause for a
You know what I
second. 300 people applied. Not 3,000, not 30,000,
No.
not 300,000. There are only 300 applying for this. Do you see how sad that is?
Yeah.
That's sad. All right, let's keep going.
We have, like, that's what I want to
All
mention
right.
as well. We have, like, many kids within the New York City area in high school who would be, after now they're learning about it, like, wow, I wish I'd done it. Only 300 kids applying all of New York City. That is nothing. You know what I mean?
It's pathetic how small that
it's
number
sad.
is.
So, and program management is also
I
wanting
send
to
more
get the numbers
texts.
up. So that's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. So you guys should definitely apply. And the interview, it's going to be like, you want to research the company. You want to come in and you know what JP Morgan does.
So number one, you have to research JP Morgan, know all about JP Morgan. Let's keep going.
Number two, we have a resume, be able to go through every point without even
You need to
looking
have
at
a
it.
properly produced resume.
Exactly. And you have to know how to speak to your resume. You know, don't just like bullet point it, but tell a story behind
Not
it.
a bland, generic
Exactly.
resume that you really have to have an outstanding popping resume.
Right.
I am ashamed to tell you, I've had kids from unnamed schools where they send their children, and you cannot have a simple, calm, relaxed resume. No, you need to have a popping resume. Popping resume. Next.
Yeah, list everything that you've done. Make sure that you have these kind of questions down at the end. The most important thing is when they're going to ask you, hey, do you have any questions for me? You don't want to be the kid that says, no, I don't have any questions, because that just makes you look like you're uninterested or that you haven't been paying attention to what he had to tell you. So you always want to make sure that you have 2 or 3 questions down. Some questions can be like, hey, you know, like, what are some successful characteristics of a potential smart start in this program? What do you guys
Beautiful
expect?
question. What are
You know?
some potential characteristics of a successful person who's gone through SMART? Isn't that a beautiful question
what I mean?
for a 17-year-old to ask? Make sure that you are well prepared for whatever interview questions you may be asked.
Right.
Next.
So you want to be well prepared. You want to answer everything. You know, you don't go through it too fast. You know, don't speak too fast. Don't get too nervous. Tell a story. You want to, even little things. Shake the hand, firm. Make eye contact. Smile. Look that you want to be here. Be well dressed. You know what I mean? Because this one interview when you're 17 can potentially set up your life going forward. You're not going to worry about job security. Getting jobs.
Oh my
coming
God.
up,
I literally-
school,
amazing.
debt, you know. So
Amazing.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, it's really a great
That
program.
one interview can make or break so much. Got it? You see how important certain opportunities are.
Yeah, and I mean, for sure, especially if you guys are interested, let's say in a kid who's interested in economics or business or finance, even more you should be applying to this. Like, but even if you're not, though, you should still apply. Just look at the money that you're going to save. You know what I mean? And you don't have to major in just business. You can major in anything except science. You know what I mean? It's not a big deal. And also on top of that, you can get amazing experience with these people that you're working with for 4 years in college. By the time you're 22, you can have no debt.
You
You're
have a
gonna-
network.
You can have a network. You're going to work in a place like that. You're going to have money in the bank that you're going to make.
It's a
within-
clean,
what I mean?
amazing employment, and it's a credential. You can go straight for your MBA after that. I mean,
You know, and JP Morgan might even cover that if they like it. You know what I mean? So I think,
Many
yeah.
hours a week do you have to work there?
Yeah, so part-time, it's about like 15. It's nothing. You know what I mean? It's nothing at all. So you can pick 3 days.
It's nothing in college.
Yeah, you can pick 3 days and you'll say, okay, I'll come in on Monday and Wednesday. And
So you get to choose when you want to work.
Yeah, because your schedule is going to be different for everyone.
So right now you have finals. Are you able to, do you work all those hours?
I was supposed to go into the office today. I have a final today and tomorrow. So I said, can I take off? No problem.
So you're telling your employer, hey, I can't go into Chase today, and he said, okay?
Yeah, no problem.
How many have that option?
They understand you're a student first. So they're they're gonna understand that you're a student first, right? So they want you to make sure you do well in school. It's a scholarship program at first.
It's a scholarship that says we want you to do well in school first. When I was in law school applying to work for a lawyer, he told me, I don't care if you have a final, I don't care if you have a midterm, you come and work for me the hours you have to work. Got it? You see the difference? I didn't take that job. All right.
In the summer, you have to work all summer?
Sorry, what?
In the summertime?
Summertime, you work full time. So full time.
Monday through Friday, 5 days.
Monday through Friday.
9 to 6, whatever it is.
Oh, look, 9 to 5. Let's say you can get that if you're working in whatever. You know, you can always take 9 to 5. But I'm saying
you work Monday through Friday, regular,
Monday
9
through
to
Friday,
7, whatever it is. Yeah.
Exactly.
I guess what we want to know is what's the catch? What's the downside to these
There's honestly
scholarship
no
opportunities?
downside.
Vacation in the summer.
No, look, listen. You get a vacation. You get about 15.
40,000 a year in tuition.
No.
50.
Listen. I'm gonna tell you this right now. If you're thinking about like what day you're gonna go to the beach or what time you're gonna get your nails done, this is not for you. You know what I mean?
The scholarship's
Come in
not
here
for
and
you.
get ready to work. You know what I mean? And also, when I was doing it, I wasn't thinking about work. I was like thinking, wow, I'm 18 years old and I'm dealing with these type of people. I'm dealing with billions of dollars a day. You know what I mean? Like the things that I'm getting exposed to is insane. So I was really interested at first. So I never felt like, oh man, I'm not going out to the beach with my friends. Because in 3-4 years from now, my friends are going to be in thousands of dollars in debt. Potentially no job. I mean, look, I hope they do well, but I'm just saying what you have is going to be much better. So yeah, there are some sacrifices. You're not going to go to the beach on Wednesday afternoon, but Saturday, Sunday, you can do whatever you want. You know what I mean?
This is such an awesome scholarship opportunity.
Yeah.
I'm literally about to cry. And I'm a successful female attorney running a business in Queens and Manhattan, and I have so many credentials.
Right.
Why do you feel that kids are not more informed of these scholarship opportunities? Why? No one's ever heard of this stuff. Shouldn't we hear about this? If they're asking you in the interview questions, what did you do last summer? Why don't we know about this more? Oh, okay.
I mean, look, it's our job also once you get into the program to recruit. So like we do things like this all the time. We go to our former high schools. We go and we spread the word. I honestly just think it's some kids who are just too lazy because some of the things you have to do is like put in work as a senior. You're gonna make these essays. You're gonna try to do it well. You're gonna put in a resume together.
How many essays?
It's only one essay for like 400 words, and the other essay is a short response of like each 200 words 3 times. So it's really nothing. I think everyone can do it if they want to do it, and think of it long term. If I was going to go to Fordham, pay $40,000 a year, times that by 4 is $160,000 a year. So that's another $160,000 you have in your pocket. On top of that, books cost insane.
While the
amount of
other
money.
seniors are relaxing, what's he doing? He's applying a Smart Start. He's securing. How much is retail tuition for Fordham?
Yeah, it was like 45, something like that.
He's securing up to $200,000 in money that he will never, ever, ever have to worry about at all, while the other seniors are thinking about what color dress to wear to prom. Got it?
And look, it's not even that. Look, when you're going to be, you apply to this in February 1st, you have March, April, May, June to do whatever the heck you want. You know, nothing with all senior year is going to be away. You have 4 months to do whatever you want. I'd rather work hard for the first half of senior year and then go the second half of senior year, relax and know that I've done everything that I can do to set myself up and my family up to have a good opportunity to go to college.
When did you apply to Fordham, just timeline-wise?
Yeah, Fordham was, regular college deadline, so I guess it was like December.
Wow,
like
so you were towards the end and you still hit the scholarships. How did you stay focused as a senior doing this?
I mean, look, I got this as a junior, right? I saw this flyer and I couldn't apply as a junior and I kept the sheet. I was like, wow, this is awesome. So I was really interested in finance from before, so I knew this is what I wanted to do. And when I finally applied that year of senior year, I made sure that I hit every point. I did this all day, all night. I'll be honest, like I wanted to perfect it, and thank God, I got in. So it's all a matter of what you want to do. If you want to be kind of successful in the future, if you want to go through college with no debt, if you want to meet people, network, leverage your experiences, if you want to also make money throughout your next 4 years, I think it's great. I mean, look, you sacrifice 2-3 months of your senior year. Who cares? You know what I mean? I think it's a great opportunity, and I don't know why more kids don't apply, but I encourage all of you guys who are.
I think, honestly, I don't think there's enough information out there. I think that's the reason that you don't hear about it as much. Does anyone want to ask any questions?
Yeah, any questions? Yeah.
Yes.
When do you hear if you got the scholarship or not?
Yeah, so you hear April, like mid-April. Like I heard April 14th. I remember that day even. So
You won the lottery before the day of taxes, before tax
exactly.
day.
So you have a good 2 weeks to like finalize your decisions because you're gonna find out. I assume.
May 1 is national acceptance. So.
Right. So you find out what college you got into April 1st.
Oh, everyone write that down too. May 1 is national acceptance. You have to choose a college by May 1st.
Right. You find out what college you got into April 1st, right? So you have
May,
like a,
May 1, May 1.
No, what college
Oh,
you got
correct.
accepted to. By like April, you find out what you got accepted to. Then you have a month to decide where you want to go. And once you get into JP Morgan, let's say it's around mid-April, right? Then you have like a good 2 weeks to decide, okay, I got into JP Morgan. What city schools did I apply to? I applied to NYU and Fordham. Well, I didn't get into NYU, I got into Fordham. So I'm going to go to Fordham and I'm going to take the JP Morgan opportunity. You know what I
It
mean?
doesn't have to do with the other. You could get this and not get into the school.
Of course.
They don't communicate?
I mean, look. That's what I'm saying. You should put a school down that you know that you're going to get into. Put a school down that you think
right.
you're going to get
A
into.
safe-
And put a school down that you want really.
The
hope you get
application will
into.
go in one direction. The JP Morgan app, the scholarship apps go a different way.
Yeah, I mean, look. Let's say you're okay with a 90 GPA, right? Let's say you see John's. You say, hey, maybe I can get into that school. Then look at like NYU or Fordham. Those are pretty much like my match school. And then you put like Columbia down. It's like, whoa.
But if you're going to get
You know?
into this program, you're going to get into
If you're going to get into that
you're a good
program,
student.
you're probably going to get it. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Are you committed to work for any amount of years at JP Morgan after this scholarship?
Graduation.
Absolutely. I mean, I hopefully, yeah, but there's absolutely no binding contract. The only thing is for 4 years work here, and you don't even have to work here for 4 years. Let's see the first year you work there, and then you decide, hey, I don't want to do this anymore. I mean, you don't have to work there, but you're not going to get money anymore.
I get it. JP Morgan wants to look good. They want to look good by sponsoring high school kids. They want to look good. They're getting a win. They're getting goodwill,
Not only
right?
that, but they're investing in you. Why should they pay? And look, there's a 4-year graduating class. So there's a class 2015, 16, 17, 18. So they're paying for 40 kids' college tuitions. It's millions of dollars coming out of their pocket. So they're also doing this at a philanthropic point of view too. They're a big bank. They have 2.7
They're
trillion
getting the
in
win.
assets. You know what I mean? They're going to invest in you. So then after those 4 years, when you guys come to them full time, you're better than their competitors at Goldman Sachs or Citibank because you're already bred in their
They
program.
started you early.
Yeah. What's up?
You can apply at like a secondary college.
No.
It's strictly. I do want to stress all these applications that I'm scholarships, senior year college.
Senior of high school,
Senior.
yes.
Oh, high school.
Right. So the last thing I'm gonna say is, let's say you get into, let's say Baruch, and you get into JP Morgan, right? Many kids have done this. I don't suggest it, but many kids have said, hey, Columbia was my dream, so I'm gonna transfer to Columbia. I'm gonna put that application down. A little secret: if you're in the JP Morgan program, like 99% you're gonna get into Columbia now because they see what you have in your resume, which many kids don't. So I'm just saying that. Let's say you really want to go to Columbia, you didn't get in as a first time, you want to get in as a transfer, and you have this on your resume. You're most likely going to get in. That's a little twist.
So if you are in the wait list to Columbia, let's say you're on the wait list, and they say we are going to accept you pending more information, or they want to see, they sometimes you get a response that says you're on the wait list, we're waiting, and send us your mid-year report. So what you're saying is if you send the JP Morgan, you can get it.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I know that many kids went from like Baruch or St. Francis to like Stern or Columbia, but one thing that I'm going to note though is when you go to those schools, let's say you're not comfortable, it's a little harder. You don't want to make your GPA suffer because there's a GPA requirement, 3.0. You don't want to make your GPA suffer and then kind of at work now you're screwing up. You know what I mean? So you want to make sure that you keep up your work even though your school, let's say, not your dream school or anything like that. You know what I mean? So that's something else. Yeah.
Can you choose a location where you're gonna work?
No. But I mean, where you work is, let's say, either in Midtown, we have 3 offices there, or we have 1 office in Brooklyn. You know what I mean? So we have a couple of offices, but I think anywhere you could get placed, it's still worth it. Honestly.
And you have to work your schedule out to have enough work hours in the day, right? You can do that. Like your
That's
classes.
when you're classes. So yeah, I mean, I flex it around 15 hours. So I come in, let's say, I have classes on, let's say, Monday in the morning. So in the afternoons, I'm in the office. Tuesday, I don't go to work. Let's say Wednesday, I also don't go. Then Thursday and Friday, I go in for 5 hours. Makes it 15. Yeah.
Do you live at home or on campus?
So I live at home, but you can, no problem, live on campus. I know NYU actually gives you your money that you got from them initially. You can apply that to your board. So you can get free board, plus you can get free tuition through this whole process. Fordham doesn't do that, unfortunately, so I couldn't leverage what I got before into my actual board, but I just live at home and it's no problem.
So nice. Thank you so much for
Yeah,
speaking with
you got
us.
it.
And good luck with your finals and your exams. Thank you for coming. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.